I tried. ¡Que viva Cristo Rey! ¡Que viva Cristo Rey!
Putting the classic, traditional westerns aside this time, let's take a look at some outliers today. Some westerns are just hard to put in a box. Some directors decided to push the envelope and produce westerns that didn't break the mold, but perhaps put a crack in it. Honestly, some did pretty well. Sometimes you just need to shake the box and see what happens. Let me know what you think, guys, especially the younger generation. What do you guys think about the western genre? Traditional or not? Looking at the era stretching from 1980 until now, here are some rare and edgy westerns, brought to you by some creative directors. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. Head over to my channel if you want to check out my many other videos. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I do appreciate it. Let's get into it. Dead Man, 1995. Director, Jim Jarmusch. Johnny Depp played William Blake, a mild accountant fleeing from an accidental murder in the 1800s. He takes a psychedelic journey where he meets an eclectic cast of characters, a Native American named Nobody, Gary Farmer, who believes Blake is a poet reincarnated, a cannibal bounty hunter, Lance Hendrickson, the cross-dressing Sally, Iggy Pop, and friend, Big George, Billy Bob Thornton, even Robert Mitchum in his last film role. Neil Young recorded the soundtrack by improvising mostly on his electric guitar with some acoustic guitar, piano and organ. A movie that's heavy on poetry, that still maintains a punk rock, outsider vibe, as well as the loneliness of the classic western.
I don't give a shit who saw what and who did what or who did who.
You William Blake?
Yes, I am.
The Claim, 2000. Director, Michael Winterbottom. Winterbottom took the Thomas Hardy classic, The Mayor of Casterbridge, and transposed the premise from England to California. Peter Mullen plays an Irish immigrant who did well during the gold rush, now owns the town of Kingdom Come, and all the businesses in it. He hides a dark secret. He sold his wife and infant daughter in exchange for a mining claim. He now tries desperately to win them back, while helping to build the Pacific Railroad with a group of pioneer friends. The pair are now back. His dying wife, Nastasia Kinski, wants him to take care of their daughter, Sarah Polly.
What about this town here?
They can move it, sir.
Anybody gonna give you any trouble?
Stay right there, Mr. Dillon.
Do what you have to do.
Brokeback Mountain, 2005. Director, Ang Lee. Adapted from a 1997 short story by Annie Proulx, with the help of Larry McMurtry, author of Lonesome Dove, reinforcing the cowboy credentials. Please careful sensitivity with the subject matter of cowboys Ines Del Mar, Heath Ledger, and Jack Twist, Jake Gyllenhaal, falling accidentally in love made the movie a success. Lee's treatment of the subjects of loneliness, homosexuality, and toxic masculinity was top-notch, along with the excellent performances from his lead actors. Life is an exciting surprise. Who can stop love? Life's ultimate truth. Asked if he had any concerns about playing a gay man, Heath Ledger replied that he was not afraid of the role, only that he wasn't mature enough to do it justice. There Will Be Blood, 2007. Director, Paul Thomas Anderson. Anderson loves an epic. The surprising thing is how much he was able to do with There Will Be Blood. Casting Daniel Day-Lewis as the film's complex centre was critical to its success, as was choosing Upton Sinclair's Oil as its starting point. The story of Daniel Plainview and his strange journey from lowly silver prospector to adoptive father and cruel, wealthy alcoholic. The city of Marfa, Texas, lent the film its remote air. Day-Lewis was supported by a strong double performance from Paul Dano, as brothers who don't agree about selling their oil-rich land to Plainview. Daniel Day-Lewis took the role of Daniel Plainview as he had been a fan of Anderson's previous film, Punch Drunk Love. According to producer Joanne Steller, the film might not have been made if Day-Lewis declined the role. Cowboys and Aliens, 2011. Director, Jon Favreau. A town named Absolution in 1870s New Mexico comes head-to-head with an alien invasion, clashing with Harrison Ford, Daniel Craig, and Olivia Wilde. A disparate group of outlaws, amnesiacs, preachers, cattlemen, and bandits work together. Favreau worked hard to understand what reactions the townspeople would have had to what is much more a 21st century scenario of an alien takeover. The genre blending may not have worked out as well as hoped, but the performances and special effects provided the film's highlights. Daniel Craig was chosen because of his likeness to Steve McQueen, who starred in The Magnificent Seven, 1960.
We get our people out!
We have one advantage.
For Greater Glory, 2012, director Dean Wright. Wright is largely known for his visual effects work on the Lord of the Rings movies. In 2012, he directed this epic, also known as Christi and Outlaws, about the Cristero War in Mexico in the 1920s, starring Andy Garcia, Eva Longoria, Oscar Isaac, and Peter O'Toole in his final film. It's about a bloody time of religious persecution and a war that few Americans are familiar with. The 1917 Constitution of Mexico was pretty anti-Catholic, which resulted in countrywide violence against the institution of the Catholic Church, although many rights were officially restored in 1929, partially financed by the Knights of Columbus, whose members in both the United States and Mexico were an integral part in the actual Cristeros Rebellion. The Salvation, 2014. Director, Christian Levering. Levering's The Salvation is the story of a Dane who emigrated to the US after a defeat at the hands of the Germans in the 1860s. A reason this film works is the casting of Mads Mikkelsen as the title character, John. It takes years to bring his wife and son over. When he does, they are brutally murdered in an attack on their stagecoach. John then becomes a familiar Western character, the vengeful loner. Filmed in South Africa, a bleak, sparse film with John hunting his family's killer, Delarue, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, across an unforgiving countryside. The music score in the ending pays homage to the spaghetti western genre and to Ennio Morricone in particular, by including a stanza from Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. Bone Tomahawk, 2015. Director, S. Craig Zahler. Zahler took a somewhat roundabout route to directorhood, first as a novelist and heavy metal drummer. He scored Kurt Russell, Patrick Wilson, and Matthew Fox for his 2015 debut. Met with critical acclaim, he also contributed to the soundtrack. Incredibly violent, definitely verging over into the horror genre at times. Russell starring as a sheriff who must lead a posse into unknown territory to rescue several people from a cannibal tribe of Native Americans nicknamed the Troglodytes. Not for the faint of heart. If you can get through it, it's a fresh and innovative take on the genre. Kurt Russell praised Zahler's skills as a director, especially since Bone Tomahawk is his directorial debut. Russell described Sheriff Franklin Hunt as a stubborn and simple good man, whose behaviour and tone were very in line with the era in the film. In a Valley of Violence, 2015. Director, T. West. At this point, T. West is one of the hottest horror directors around. In this unexpected 2015 foray into the Western genre, Ethan Hawke starred as Paul, a nomad in the 1870s who runs afoul with an unpleasant marshal's deputy named Gilly, James Ranson, taking a dislike to Paul and won't let the matter go. Several women complicate things, with John Travolta as US Marshal Clyde Martin, also happens to be Gilly's father. Some say Travolta was miscast, but Hawke received positive reviews for his performance. The opening sequence, credits, and music are inspired by A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, For a Few Dollars More, 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966. The Sisters Brothers, 2018. Director, Jacques Audiard. The Sisters Brothers is Jacques Audiard's first English-language movie, with gritty, hard-hitting, award-winning films like The Beat That My Heart Skipped, A Prophet, and Deepan, a comic western about two hitmen brothers with the last name of Sisters, John Riley and Joaquin Phoenix, was maybe not an obvious choice for Audiard. The gamble resulted in disappointment at the box office. The acting had critical acclaim, with the brothers hot on the trail of a man named Herman Worm, Riz Ahmed, and his gold-hunting partner, John Morris, Jake Gyllenhaal. The movie is certainly enjoyable, but admittedly has a hard time settling on its genre.
You hit me in public, Charlie.
So I slap you, you slap me back. We're even. So go ahead. Hit me. Hit me. Jesus Christ. What is your goddamn problem?
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.